tours this morning, and Tim is the man that organises our tours for us. I must say does it very efficiently, and the best tours in America. Welcome to the program, Tim.
Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, JC. I appreciate the opportunity. And appreciate the kind intro on that. Actually, the reality is, Jerry, that when 7 years ago, I think it was, that you had asked to start the tours up, the one thing you always insisted on is that we do something different. Now the rage is everyone talks about customized tours and bespoke itineraries, but we've always done that. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to highlight a few things, a few announcements, but one of the common questions that we get is that they don't see our tour on the CIE website. And that's the reality of that is that we never do there. And again, let me preface as I always do, any tour of Ireland is a great tour, but there are things that can make it even better. And we've never done their general itinerary, and that's why we always call our tours the roads less traveled. And that's why you don't see it up on the CIE website, because the things that we do are unique. And I would say that every time I put these itineraries together, based on your guidance, is I always get back from the CIE, we don't go there. We don't do that. And when they say that, that's when I know that we're really onto something. So, anyways.
That's right. I think we're leaving on the 13th of June next year, and I know it seems like a long way off, but it really isn't. It'll come up pretty quick, won't it?
Yeah, you know what, Jerry? That's actually correct. It is, as we all know, most of Europe is reopening. I've talked to my friends in Ireland. I know you have. They're pretty confident that by mid-July, August, that even Ireland, which has been more cautious than most of the continent with regard to the COVID, are going to be open and going. And it's a good time also, and we'll know the airlines are going to start to publish their rates here for our June departure fairly soon. But I will tell you that we do have another tour going out. Yours, of course, is the crown jewel of everything that we're doing next year. But I do have a tour going out St. Patrick's Day in Dublin, and I've already gotten the airfares for that. And what the airlines aren't doing is they're giving us quotes for the international travel out of the port cities. And as we all know, here in Cleveland, we don't fly directly from Cleveland, Ireland. But I will tell you that right now, the round trip from Boston, which is my preferred city to leave from, $600.
Wow.
And that's on Aer Lingus.
You mean over to Ireland from Boston?
Over to yeah.
Well, that's good value.
Yeah, so round trip from Boston there. When you put in the Cleveland leg, Cleveland to Boston, it'll be about $800 round trip, which is not bad. And I think we're going to be looking at prices probably a little more than that, but not too much more than that when we go out in June. So
next June.
Yeah, so it's a good time to. What'll end up happening is we get closer. Those prices, the airlines we're going to start to see that start to move up. So I'm going to start a fare watch for those that are interested in going over in June and let people know where fares are. So that they can lock in if they're going to do it themselves. Of course,
they can buy it themselves.
We really encourage that they buy it themselves, but we do backstop them so that if they want us to handle everything, we will handle everything. So CIE will actually set up the flights. They won't set up the flight from Cleveland to Boston, but they will set up the flight from Boston over. And then what I'll do is I'll set up the Cleveland leg for those who want it. So, anyways.
So we're going to be arriving in Dublin on the morning of the 14th. We leave here the 13th of June, 2022. And, of course, landing in Dublin and then heading off to Belfast.
Yeah, and as you know, taking that beautiful coastal ride up there, we haven't decided where we'll stop for breakfast along the way, but I think we'll do something a little different. I don't know if we'll go into Drogheda and do it, or we'll do something different as we go up. But beautiful drive, as you know, and yeah, the first 2 nights in Belfast. And I will say that, and JC, I don't know why I look to you as I say that, but I've completed whenever I go into any city in Ireland, I always check, there's a website, the best 10 things to do in Belfast, best 10 things to do in any part of Ireland, and they recommended the Belfast pub crawl. And JC, it actually took me 2 trips, but I have completed it. So for those who want to experience the pub crawl of Belfast, I am now an expert on that. So.
And for a guy like
Why
me,
did it take you 2 trips, Tim?
You know, JC, they say they don't close the pubs there until late into the night, but I just couldn't finish that last leg.
could I have a church crawl?
I'm certain that I could arrange that. As a matter of fact, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I was raised by the nuns of Vincentian nuns in Holy Family, and there is a great pub, JC, that has a spectacular view of the Catholic shrine in Belfast. So you know that, Jerry. So I can actually take care of both constituents with that one. So.
The Crown, though, is historic. This is the Crown pub.
Oh, the Crown! Yeah, the Crown is spectacular, and you know we've met a lot of great friends on these tours. As a matter of fact, a lot of them are coming back, as they have for every one of our tours, which I'd like to think is a testament to how great you are as a host, and maybe how unique the tour is. But yeah, the Crown is great. I remember the first time in Belfast we went there, and then you were filming that great band and all the dancing we did in that great bar, the pub right behind the Crown. So a lot of great
I
memories.
think it was called Fibber McGee's.
Fibber McGee's, that's right. Yeah.
Is Kelly's in Belfast on the tour?
That's right. Oh, Kelly's, we go there anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Bigley played the pipes there last time at Kelly's.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah, in the old pub, the ceilings are so low, it gives you an idea of how short
right.
the men were in 1798.
Yeah.
But then, anyway, we're going to go on to all around the area, take care of Belfast, and then take a run up to the Giant's Causeway, right?
Yeah, Giant's Causeway, and I know we talked about it before. The rope bridge is.
The rope bridge.
Oh yeah, that'll see what kind of steel you have, but it really is spectacular. And we talked about it last time I was on, but yeah, that'll.
But just
be
for a
part of
minute, Tim, talk about the hotel, the Grand Hotel in Belfast. It's
Oh, yeah,
a beautiful hotel, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, it's a spectacular hotel. They refurbished it right by the Opera House, not too far down from where we stayed before, which is the Europa, right? Europe, yeah, or Europa. I can't remember which one.
Europa, yeah.
Yeah, the most bombed hotel, as we were calling it.
At one time it was. I don't think they're doing it anymore. The UDA owned the bar in the basement. That's why it was bombed.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, so the hotel that we're at is right by the Opry House and just down from the city center. Easy walking distance to the Titanic Quarter. It is conveniently for me right on the middle of the pub crawl. So there's a reason for that. And they actually do have a spectacular restaurant and bar at the top of the hotel with great views of all of Belfast and beyond. So yeah, like always, Jerry, we stay at deluxe hotels. It has to be at least a 4 or 5 star hotel is the criteria. So
Yeah.
It's the way to go.
And then on to Donegal, which is magnificent, beautiful scenery, and we'll be staying at the Central Hotel in Donegal.
yeah, and as you told me, make sure it's right in the heart of everything. And
It's right in the middle of the diamond, what's called the diamond. Most cities have squares. Donegal has a diamond.
That's a real jewel, just like your tour.
That's
I
right.
I will say that I was streaming some. Donegal had a streaming trad festival yesterday. I was picking
Did
up
they?
on. Oh
I
yeah,
didn't see it.
yeah, it was great. So you know better than I, but it seems like it's a great town for traditional music, which we always make a point of that. You know, these tours, we really either have friends that are together, or we make friends quickly, and we'll go about the town and spend time at the local pubs just to get that local flavor. But I do look forward to getting up there after listening to all that great music up there. And actually, Jerry, I have talked to a few of our friends. I know you got a lot of friends up there. I know that we are going to have some that are going to perform for us, come in and spend some hotel time at the hotel we're at, and I'll convince the hotel management to let us take over and let them play a little bit of music. So
All right, great. We're going to visit, we'll be 2 nights there, right?
2 nights in Donegal.
2
Yeah.
nights in Donegal at the Central Hotel. And then on to my hometown of Ballina. That's a
Ballina.
lovely drive. We take that drive into Ballina, the Ballina Manor, which is situated right on the River Moy.
Yeah, it's a spectacular hotel and a great location, close to all the shopping, restaurants in that area, the river, of course. The pub that we know that Colleen and her husband Brian took ownership of, at least for the 3 nights that we were
That's
there.
right. That's right. But we also went to Luskin's Bistro. I don't know if you went to this, that. No, you were at another place. Luskin's Bistro, and the Luskin family is well known here in Cleveland.
Oh, is it?
Policeman, South Euclid. John Luskin. John Luskin is on the board of the Mayo Society. Well, it's his cousins own Luskin's Bistro in Ballina. It is a fine dining restaurant. Wonderful. Hopefully, we're able to open back up again. Well, by next year they will be.
Yeah, and I did actually take advantage of that, and I do recall the restaurant. It was a great menu, very eclectic, which is just fantastic.
Yeah. And then we'll take a trip to Ballintubber Abbey, which is a very unique place. Mass has been said there for 800 years continuously, or 700 years.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what's 100 years, give or take?
Yeah, and the thing about as we know for sure, and you're too modest to say that as one of the cherished sons of Ballina, they will roll out the red carpet, and they had a spectacular dancing and proclamations.
Remember the Atlantic Rhythm, that group? Atlantic Rhythm, weren't they wonderful?
Oh, they're awesome.
Weren't they the best?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And those are the kind of things that,
And
that
Terry
we,
Riley, the editor of the local paper, retired editor of the local paper. Terry is always there. He's like an ambassador of the town. Just
Yeah.
a wonderful, wonderful person. The town is great though, and it's really bouncing back after the virus thing. So.
yeah, I look forward to it, and again, and then after Ballina, as you know, we then head down to Galway via Sean's Pub, which
Yeah, right.
yeah, I know. Why'd you put that on the itinerary, Tim? It is the oldest pub in the world.
Oldest in the world.
Yeah, it traces its back to at least 800 AD. So it was never on CIE's itinerary, but I kept insisting.
I think it's important to be there, to be able to say that I was in the oldest pub in the world.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think so. Right. And you know better than I that Athlone is almost a geographic center of
That's
the
right.
island.
That's right.
Or close to there. So, and I know you've got better stories than that. But yes, so we're going there, and then that great monastery that's right along there. Casime. You know, I'll butcher the.
John McNoy's.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
John McNoy's.
Yeah, so we'll be stopping there as we head back into Galway.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things like that that may not even show on the itinerary that we will stop at, that you have kind of penciled in.
Yeah, that's right, Jerry. And again, I say this with due respect. That's why our tours are different, because the itinerary is flexible, and really the driver's orders are to do whatever Jerry asks to be done. So it's a heavy burden of responsibility you have there, Jerry. But,
Oh, indeed.
so that if you decide to make a left turn instead of a right turn, they're directed to do exactly that.
I told the bus driver years ago once, I says, make a left turn here. And he says, no, I know we're supposed to go. I says, no, it's left. I know it's left. So he keeps driving and driving. He goes about a mile. He says, I know this is wrong. Then I suddenly realized I was wrong. So he had to back up almost a mile with the bus. he was not happy with me. But I still gave him a tip when it was over. I gave him a bigger tip actually, because he didn't yell at me too much. But anyway, Tim, then we're going on to stop at the Ardent. We, of course, in Galway, we'll hang out in Galway for 2 days at the Galmont, which is a magnificent, beautiful hotel.
Yeah, now I haven't been there, but you said
I've stayed in it.
Yeah, down by the docks. Is that right, close
It's
to the
near
square?
the docks, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And it's a very modern hotel. It's less than 20 years old. Everything brand new in it.
Yeah.
And it's actually been even refurbished since then. I stayed in it, I think it was in 96 or 97. It was brand new then. So that'd give it about 20 years old.
Yeah, which is great, and the location, as you know, it's close to the square, and it's close to the Spanish Arch.
Yeah.
And the district there down Key Street. So really a great everything within walking distance.
Galway is Galway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a great city to hang out in.
Very vibrant, and I think the key on that is that, as you know from the itinerary, we're going over the islands.
Yeah, the Ardent Islands.
Yeah.
I've been there several times. It is a kind of a step back in time. Definitely, it's great to see it.
Well, and I guess that's the point, Jerry. Is we really want people to to go the roads less traveled, really to experience Ireland as the locals do on a regular basis, to go those things. And the advantage of all our tours, no matter if you've been there once or you've been there a million times, we always hit the iconic spots so that if someone's first time over, we want to make sure that they're going over. I gave an example, you know, I'd mentioned earlier the St. Patrick's Day in Dublin tour. When we get in, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to Cork. You know that my role here at the media group is CPO and political director. So JC, you'll appreciate this. Every few years I feel the need to go back to the Stone of Eloquence just to kiss it again so I can deal with all the politicians I deal with.
God bless you, Tim.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, I asked Tom Joyce, who people hear on this radio station often, if he'd jump on the bus with us in Galway. And we're in Galway. Tom lives in Galway, and there's nobody knows the city better than him. So he said he would.
That's awesome.
That's great. So I'm looking forward to that. Then, of course, on to the Cliffs of Moher, which you and I and a lot of people have been to. But I never get tired of seeing it.
Yeah, it is great, right? And whether you've been there once or you've been there twice, there's different paths, as you know. You can go right or left once you're up there at the tower. And I'm like you. I think I've been there 3-4 different times, and I finally went a little further down, away from the tower, and the perspective is just tremendous. So yeah.
I'm going to be watching my grandsons and granddaughters to make sure they don't get too close to the edge.
Yeah.
You got to watch them.
Yeah,
But it'll be exciting for them to see it, and I'm sure they're all going to go.
Yeah.
There'll be quite a few Quins on this tour, I think.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, it's you're blessed to have a great family, Jerry, and they are a lot of fun. So.
And the next thing I saw was that last night that we're in Ennis in County Clare. It is the capital of traditional music, so we'd probably wander around the town and stop into some of those bars and see the most famous people in trad music anywhere that live there in Ennis.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I think you've been to that hotel too, and I think it is arguably one of the better ones in Ennis. And I think we also have a schedule on there, Jerry. We're going to do the traditional medieval dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know if which castle, because there's 2 in the area that do that, but we're going to enjoy that too, which is always a great send-off. It's a lot of fun, and we'll see if I can do it as I've done in the past, where I convince them to have someone on our tour be the Lord of the Manor. I know the last time we did that, it was
Bill Brown, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bill, and he was going off script quite a bit, which kept the staff on their toes. I'll tell you that. He wanted to throw a few extra people in the dungeon, JC.
I know. Wouldn't you love to throw JC in the dungeon?
Well, he'd never fit because
with about 5 winches. He'd love that.
I'd love it.
maybe
No
a keg
doubt.
of ale too for you. I don't know.
All right, coming up here at the top of the
throw
hour,
that in.
10:59. But Tim, the best way to contact you?
Is really my cell, which is 216-210-0828, or Vaughan at salemcleveland.com.
I'm going to give that out several times now. In the next year, you're going to be hearing a lot about this. And look to our website also. It's on our website. Is it on any other?
No, you know what? I'm rebuilding the website because I'm adding the St. Patrick's Day. I've got Rama Sabota going down the Danube River, so that'll be up later this week. So your website obviously would be the best.
By people on the far left were daring to
Hang on. Just hang on.
What about the period? They said, you know, they're still coming to get us.
Don't stop that guy, right?
These people are addicted to fear.
Yeah, I'm
They're
sorry about the
addicted
banners,
to
I'll
it.
tell you.
And they're willing to surrender their liberties in deference to their fear.
That's Bob Franz.
Weekdays at 9 to 11 for Mike Gallagher on The Answer.
And Odyssey.
This is AM 1420, The Answer, WHK, W273DG, Cleveland, a service of Salem Media Group.
That was Bob Franz cutting us off there. No better man.
There's no
Great
better man.
program every day right here from 9 to 11. I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jerry. No, we have the great fortune to have him, and as you know, Charlie Kirk.
Charlie is great, isn't he?
Yeah, it really is.
He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
What a brilliant young man.
Yeah, he was great, right? You and I saw him at the Cleveland Right to
That's
Life,
right.
and wow, he really held the audience captive there.
Yes.
So,
But back to the tour for a minute. To contact you,
Yeah, Jerry, the best way again would be my mobile, which is 216-210-0828. And I would encourage, we have quite a few that are returning, but I am trying to get numbers down. We are concerned, well, not concerned, the Irish government may put the limit at about 30 to 32 per bus. So the sooner I can find out if we need one bus or two buses, the better. So I really do encourage you, and again, any deposits that you make are fully refundable up to 100 days prior to departure.
That's great. All right, so 216-210-0828 is Tim's number, or you can email him at tvaughan@salemcleveland.com. All right, thanks, Tim. Stop in anytime. Love to have you.
Thank you.
It's great to have the boss in the studio.
Absolutely. Stay on his good side, you know?